Rumble, YouTube, what's good? What's happening? Ironwork 92,000 in the house for Flat Earth Friday. Ooh, child, I'm mad late. I am mad late tonight, and that's okay. That's fine. Because tonight I'm gonna have to. Unfortunately, we can't be here long at all tonight. I just wanted to make my rounds, greet the family, see how you guys were doing, talk a little bit, but it's gonna be a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Oh snap! My goodness, man, I ain't the only one awake. We got Rumham Solo in the house. I'm saying, what's going on, brother? And you got joke. This motherfucker got jokes already, and already you got me cussing. Aren't you happy? Aren't you happy for Burger King now? Aren't you happy? Aren't you glad? Know what I'm saying? my man, my man got me over there cussing already. Flat power. Flat power. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Effed up worlds in the house. Know what I'm saying? Effed up world all the way out in Minnesota. Minnesota. Know what I'm saying? I don't know if you're in Minnesota right now, but I would imagine that it's cold. Oh, so I'm over here. Whew, man, oh man, let me tell you, boy. Funerals, all that stuff, man. Just funerals, death. Lots of death, bro. Lots of death and funerals and stuff like that. But I'll tell you what, here's a word of advice. If you still have your parents, hold on to them tight. If you get along with your parents, whether you do or you don't, you got one set of parents, I would imagine, right? And whatever you got, man, just make do with what you got. Hold on to your folks, enjoy them while they're here, especially, if they ain't got much time left. Enjoy your folks while they're here, man. Enjoy them while they're here. My parents are 87. My dad's 87, my mom's 79. And I would have, I was lucky, man. I think I'm lucky after leaving the military and I still have them around. You know what I'm saying? Not too many people are that privileged to have their parents around. I ain't gonna try and get all soppy and sad tonight. I'm not. That ain't what I'm here to do. But while I'm at it, man, I just thinking about it, man. Just hold on to your folks, man, because one day they ain't gonna be here. All that knowledge and all that advice and all that annoying stuff that they do. One day, we just take it for granted that they're here. You know what I'm saying? And then there will come a time where they'll cease to exist in this world, and then we won't see them no more. And we're so accustomed, we're so used to seeing them, we're so used to hearing from them, that every time, they might have that little quirk about them, your parents and stuff. You're like, man, and anytime what's going on because it's your mom sneezing a certain way, or your dad, you hear his feet shuffling or something. You're like, yeah, that's my dad, or yeah, that's my mom. I know who it is, right? We kind of get used to hearing these things, and we kind of get used to being around these folks. And then, of course, we love them and stuff, but we're just used to it. And then one day, all that stops. You know what I'm saying? All that stops, and then that's the rest of your life that you have to go without hearing those shuffling feet or that cough or that sneeze, or every once in a while where they kind of annoy you and stuff like that. So I'm not saying annoy you, but you know what it is, man. Your parents after a while, man, they just start kind of them nerves be over there, and then they start playing with them. You know what it is, man. Dojo, what's happening, bro? It's good to see you, man. Yeah, it's flat over here. Flat as usual. It ain't changing. Yeah, I figured it was, man. I figured it was. And I ain't trying to get all soppy with y'all, man, but man, it's just been a lot of people going, to that big green pasture in the sky, going off to see the most high. That rhymes, by the way. And just leaving us, man, leaving us jokers, leaving us chickens here in the barn, So family's leaving, man. And like I said, we just we kind of take these things for granted, man. It's a little bit sad, but that's just how life is, man. Everybody's got their limit. Everybody's got a date. Everybody's got a past due date, a due by date. You know what I'm saying? So whatever that date is, man, you just make sure you take advantage of the times you have with the people that you got it with, man. Enjoy your folks, because you never know when that time's going to come, man. Yeah, yeah, that's right, man. They are. That's right. They are. They are. Man, could you imagine? I grew up and a lot of my life, like I'm young, I'm 45 years old, but a lot of my life grew up New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, it was the same thing. It was Dick Clark, right? Anytime there was a war, you expected fucking Bob Hope to go out there and talk shit, right? You know what I'm saying? You expected these people, and it's kind of like that. Like you expect these people there. You're like, oh, here goes Bob Hope again with them corny ass jokes. Oh, here goes Dick Clark again, American Bandstand. Here we go, blah blah blah. And of course, these guys become that. I mean, I don't know where you guys are from, many of you, but in American culture, like when I was a kid, these guys were staples. You know what I'm saying? So just seeing these guys day in, day out, night in or night out, during New Year's and stuff like that, you knew what you were getting. And every year it was like that, but you don't think of these people passing away. You just don't. It never crosses your mind that they're old, they're significantly older than us, right? And one day they won't be here. One day they won't be here, you know? Like, people made when I was a kid, I noticed how people made fun of Michael Jackson all the time. And I was like, you know what, man? Y'all keep talking all that mess. Michael's gonna be gone and you're gonna regret your words. And people are like, man, Michael ain't going nowhere, man. That motherfucker young. Yeah. Michael died, man. Michael just gone, dude. Michael died. And then everybody shut up. People didn't know how to take that. And I was like, motherfucker's human, man. I don't give a fuck how good he could do the moonwalk or you know what I'm saying? I don't care how good he could sing, how good he could jam. He's human, you know? And so these I'm talking about entertainers, man, you know, it's anybody that we're familiar with, anybody in our lives, anybody that we're used to seeing, like they come and then it could be before your time, they will go, So with the people that are here, man, you just best we could do is enjoy what we have while we have it. Enjoy what you got while you got it, man. Because, like the scriptures say, bro, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. It doesn't matter when you want it or don't want it. God does what he wants when he wants, So these things we just need to really, there's no real way to prepare for these things, I don't think, but at least to understand them, to understand that this is what the reality is. And while you're here, again, I say, man, enjoy the people while they are here. Give them their flowers while they are here, right? Don't be too argumentative. I know I can be sometimes, but don't be too argumentative, man. Give people their grace. Give folks their grace. And anyway, I'm saying all that because I'm at a funeral myself, man. I'm at a funeral and man, just seeing family all sad. I'm like, oh man, this sucks. This ain't this ain't what a brother wants, you know. And then the rest of the stuff is going down tomorrow. So um, these things ain't easy, man. These things ain't never easy to witness. But even though you celebrate a life, I mean, that day is gonna come where those that you're very close with, man, are gonna be that person that you're gonna be looking at in that box. I think about this stuff, man. It's crazy. Think about it all the time. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, y'all. I've been thinking it's what's crazy is I've been thinking about this stuff since I was real young. Like I was 4 years old and I thought about it and I was like, man, one of these days my folks ain't gonna be here. 4 years old. This is something that is a 4-year old. I'm not thinking about dinosaurs. I'm not thinking about, getting struck by a meteorite. I'm not thinking about, Santa Claus, whooping my ass because I got a bad report card. No, none of that, man. Thinking about, one day my parents ain't going to be here. And this is me as a young person, a child, so um what can you do, man? That's the way of the world, that's the reality that we live in. um Even those people that sometimes we can't stand, those stupid globers that get on our nerves, right? Like a lot of these guys, Their time will come, and then how are we gonna feel? I wouldn't be happy because one of them died. No matter how much I think they're dumb or how much they get on my nerves, it wouldn't make me feel good. I'd be like, damn, I'd kind of feel for them, and I'd feel for their family. I'd be like, well, that's one less liar in the world. Let me stop. I'm kidding, but am I? It's like, let me stop. But yeah, these are things I think about, man. But anyway, let's get along with it. Like I said, y'all, not going to be on too long tonight. I just wanted to get on to make my rounds to say what's up to everybody. I'm here deep, man. Ankles deep in family and everything like that, man. So you know, it is what it is. We never try, then he comes here and then at the end. I'd like to think that. I'd like to think that, Dojo. Dojo, I would like to think that. I would like to think that, you know, I would love to think that, but you know, sadness, man. When you see people cry, man, it becomes contagious. So it's tough. It's tough. It is tough. It is tough. Anson Howard, what's going on, brother? Good to see you, Anson. Anson the bell. Somebody go Anson the bell. Ding ding. I ain't getting it. Somebody go Anson the bell. Let me stop, man. I'm over there being a fool. It's good to see y'all. Oh, but I wanted to talk about a video that I came across. And I don't know if you guys did, but this is something that I'm just seeing now. And I think I needed to share with y'all. Yeah, that's life. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, I know I got a lot to answer for when I go. So, yep. Especially if the longer you live, man, you got a lot of tape to, lot of lot of game playback. A lot of footage to watch. It's like, dang, man, my damn greatest and my lowest hits. So, all gravy. That's life, man, and then that's death. So, Jimmy Satterfield, it's good to see you, brother. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you, man. And I know it's a little bit late, but I'm not going to be on too long. But wanted to show you guys a video that I came across, and I thought this was pretty important. I don't know if you guys saw my latest video that I made. If you didn't, check it out. It's video 188, not the one in Finnish, but the one in English. All right, not the one in Finnish, the one in English. 188, and it's got a bear on a fucking surfboard. Mr. Sully, Mr. Sully, what's happening, brother? It's good to see you, family. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you, Mr. Sully. And I think I got a message from you. I'm going to check. I think I did. I haven't checked it out yet, but been preoccupied with the fam and everything. So I'm going to check on that, though. But yeah, man, there is a video we need to check out together, family. And then I would love to discuss it with y'all as you guys are coming in. Make yourselves at home. And let's watch a video, shall we? Irish Judah Tribe, or every Friday, like clockwork. What's going on, brother? It's good to see you, man. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna share this screen. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Jared Boosters, but he's much like these old world people. And Jared Boosters is very entertaining to watch. And I shout out to Jared Boosters with this stuff, man. Check him out. He's got some good shit. And without further ado, let me stop flapping my gums, man. Let's watch some Jared Boosters, shall we? Let's do it.
Howdy, y'all. Welcome back. Thank you for being here. The acoustic vibrations, the tiniest of variations in sound, the mostly imperceivable reaction of living things to the frequencies around them, harmony in harmonics. The biblical tale of Joshua and the trumpets, one embodiment of the concept of moving objects with the use of sound. The Krakatoa volcanic eruption of 1883, for example, was so loud the sound waves, the vibrations, the frequency could be heard over 2,700 miles away. If we look to extrapolate on these ideas a bit further, if we're looking at biblical terms, things were often described as not formed, but rather spoken into existence. God uses sound to create everything that we see written about in the Bible. Genesis 1.
But what about sound to destroy things too? Let's continue.
For example, is full of the phrase, and God said. And most scholars determine that in this context, the plants and the life were not just created by the sound, but rather by using the specific sound, a specific frequency, to access Earth's potential. Even in the Bible, we see different frequencies, different vibrations being used to unlock different aspects of our universe. Many look at passages like Hebrews 11:3 and John 1:1, which detail that the universe was created from the Word of God, that He spoke the world into existence. Some esoteric circles examine the concept further and look at spelling, as in to cast spells, and the entire concept of language as the main source of power, which was used to shape our world.
Yes.
Look at gematria, related to the Bible. Still, others take it more literally and believe that harmonics created the plane on which we live. Looking at string theory and modern concepts for the understanding of reality, we're again presented with the concept that everything in existence is a form.
Yes, that's right. That's right. He used the sounds to destroy the walls of Jericho. They marched around that Joker for what was it, a week or something like that? It was a whole week, and then they let out the trumpets, and then the walls fell or some stuff like that. Isn't that how it worked? Yeah, that's right. And this is something that they mentioned earlier in the video as well. Let's continue.
Form of vibration, a resonance, a specific and tightly knit set of variations that make us who we are.
Yep.
Bell metal, or bronze bell, is a metal alloy that has been used for at least 3,000 years and is known for its unique resonance and attractive, disarming sound, seemingly indicating the routine dismantling of history, which we have often come across. We have a progression of bell metal history which doesn't really add up. It doesn't account for the discovery and enchantment made on this metal thousands of years ago, nor do we have even a defined understanding of how and why church bells developed in the way that they did. First, we are told bell metal, which is essentially the same recipe more or less throughout the world and throughout the last 3,000 years. We're told bell metal is made up of a roughly 4-to-1 ratio of copper to tin, or roughly 78% copper to 22% tin. We're told, miraculously, that bell metal was developed or founded independently by multiple kingdoms throughout history, with the exact place of origin being difficult to determine. The current narrative makes note.
What's funny, man, is that you find copper, man. You find copper in so many things, just super conductive. Of course, not as conductive as gold or silver, but just abundance, the abundance of it, right? You find it in people's hair. There was a scientific study of just the amount of copper in people's hair and stuff like that. And there you see people like redheads, you know what I'm saying, with copper hair, copper colored hair at least. So it's just funny, man, just the color copper. Oh, a lot of these old world structures with the green tops, I think that might be copper. A lot of these green tops, and they're just getting weathered. You know what I'm saying? You find copper, or it might have a particular amount of copper within these alloys. And so it's crazy. Everywhere you turn, you're finding copper. And it's not only within like some kind of conductive device, right? Some kind of conductor or something. Crazy. Let's continue.
That the finest and possibly the earliest Christian bells were founded in Russia, which at the time may have also been known as Tartary or Grand Tartaria. We're told these Russians, the Tartarians, often added silver and gold to their bell metals, which was noted as slightly altering the frequency or extending the range of the bell. In Buddhism, a unique
and just like I said, oh, geez, now I sound like a dope, but copper, gold, silver, highly conductive metals. And so sound works this damn near the same way, right? You're going to transmit sound the same way well, not the same exact way, but kind of like the way you would send a current through a wire, or send a current through of electricity through a copper wire, or a mix of copper with silver, or silver with gold. Let's continue.
Five metal recipe was formed thousands of years ago, which represented the five Buddhas, also called the five wisdoms. These masterclass bells included copper, the discriminating wisdom, tin, the accomplishing wisdom, zinc, the mirror wisdom, iron, the wisdom of equality, and lead, representing absolute reality. Older Vedic texts make mention of a seven metal bell recipe, which was worn to be highly potent. That also included gold and silver, in addition to the other five metals mentioned previously. The holy seven metal alloy of ancient Buddhism was also used to create other masterful instruments. If you've read any theories on Tartaria or Tartary, and if you've tuned into any number of my other videos on the subject matter, you might recognize that the traditional location for the first men, meaning the first enlightened individuals according to theories to proceed forth from their dwellings and form an understanding of math, language, agriculture, and architecture, which was then spread throughout the world, the basis for the society that we live in today, came from the regions of northern India and Russia in this theory, a location that was often labeled on ancient maps as Tartary or Grand Tartaria.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we have a current narrative understanding that bell metal and bell making derive directly from these exact same landscapes, the former Tartaria. That brief yet important tidbit in this narrative becomes a point of contention as we continue through this narrative. Did the
What?
Crusades from 1095 through 1291 actually aim to disband, destroy, and disenfranchise
I
as
wonder
we
what that
continue through
means.
the former Tartaria?
You guys see this number right here, L7. Is that an L749? L749. Could that be the year 749? I don't know. Taking a guess, I'm looking at that. Look at this thing right here. Look at that. The all-seeing eye. A Deo, a God of God. A Deo. And you've got this pyramid, this triangle eye right here. Excuse me. Let's see. Something Petchker, pass checker, Vivitz Floriat. I'm not even going to try that. Let's continue. That's weird though.
That brief yet important tidbit in this narrative becomes a point of contention as we continue through this narrative. Did the Crusades from 1095 through 1291 actually aim to disband, destroy, and disenfranchise the bells of the old world, the bells of Tartaria? We're told the Spanish and the Portuguese, when invading Java and the surrounding Thailand and Myanmar, discovered the usage of seven and five metal by the local kingdoms and tribes. We're told those in Thailand and the surrounding regions also used bell metal to create ornate figurines, sculptures, and household goods for the wealthy and the elite.
Carry
Bell
skates, what's
metal
happening?
was said to be coveted in those lands as it could subdue even the most evil of spirits.
Mm-hmm.
Remarkably, to the Spanish and the Portuguese, however.
And it's funny because somebody in our channel mentioned how the bells get removed, or the bells remove bad things. We all watch Spider-Man. We know what those bells get rid of. The bells are the things that destroy the symbiote that makes Venom who he is, right? Venom cannot stand those bells. Those sonic bells destroy Venom. They destroy the symbiote. So I find that to be peculiar. Let's continue.
Was the fact that bell metal was not only being used for these bells and other goods, but was actually being used to construct
Royce Pete, what's
large
happening,
cannons
sis?
and even hand
Miss
cannons
Gates,
known
Kim
as
Ray, what's happening,
lantaca.
fam? Mike
Essentially,
Tyson
when the
lost.
Spanish and the Portuguese arrived, the people already had a vast
Sean Alfie,
understanding
what's
of
happening, bro?
metallurgy, and the people of Java had cannons made of bell metal, which is the
Miss
first
Gates.
documented occurrence of this in history. Furthermore, we're told the bronze cannons and the bronze bells of Java were far superior to those of Europe, and when presented with European arms, the people of Java laughed and declined, as their bell metal was far more advanced than European metals.
Mm.
Could this history truly be a hiding of the Tartarian bell metal? Yes, we are told that bell metal was superior in Java. However, we're also told when one of the largest cities in Indonesia was captured by the Spanish, over 3,000.
It's funny. One of the ways to, you know, how one of the ways to deworm your dog, feed him pennies. But you know, it's the copper in the pennies. But a lot of people don't know that the pennies after 1981 don't have copper in them no more. They really don't have much copper in them. It's like zinc and all this other bullshit, all this other nonsense metal, not like copper or anything of value. So let's continue.
Massive bell metal cannons were found lining the city, except every single cannon was tied, pointed vertically to a pole, and placed outside every major building in the city as a
Mm,
decoration rather than a weapon. The Spanish were bewildered by this.
mhm,
Additionally, when we dive into the history of church bells and the bells of Christianity, we find that up until roughly the year 600, bells
mm.
were not common in Europe and almost never seen. Up until that point, church gatherings were designated by the blowing of a trumpet horn. In Greece,
Funny that we saw that L749 number, which I have to take a look and see what that means. Let's continue.
the horn was replaced by the ringing of a large metal plate. In 604 AD, Pope
Gong.
Sabinian officially sanctioned the usage of bells. These initial Christian bells were rudimentary and rather small in
ABC,
size,
what's happening,
often
Angela?
unable to produce
See
the
you, sis.
amazing bell
Reggie
frequencies we are
P65.
familiar with today. It wasn't
Reggie P50.
until roughly
How you
the
doing,
late
brother?
600s and the early 700s that bell making was first perfected in Europe. This was said to have occurred in Campania, Italy, and then bells in Europe became consistently known as Campania or Nola, both names from the eponymous city of this region. However, seemingly adding to our discussion of the first men, the Tartarians, being the progenitors of bell metal, we're told that
Mm,
bells became commonplace in Europe due to the Celtic influence. Little is explained about this. However, there's significant evidence tying the early Celtic people to northern India, and the
mm.
similarity of the runes and symbols used, as well as the construction of similar earthworks, have led many to speculate the Celtic bells of Europe may be the same origin of the
Undoctrinated. What's
Russian,
going on,
Indian,
brother?
or sometimes called Tartarian bells of Asia. Now, diving into this further, bell making and bell metal in Europe was said to have been brought to the limelight in Campania. Campania is Italy's third most populous region, which well over
It's
5
like the
million
Liberty
people
Bell.
call home. The capital of this region is Naples, the third largest urban area in the
So,
European Union. However, what really makes Campania stand out is the fact it is home to 10 of Italy's 58 World Heritage Sites, including
huh?
Pompeii and Mount Vesuvius.
You see,
The original inhabitants of Campania
that's funny because we were just talking about Pompeii, right? With Pompeii being down there, of course, I think it was Mount Vesuvius that blew up, right? Down there and ruined all them people in Italy. What I find funny is how they said that volcano exploded and killed all those people. I thought volcano like hot ash was supposed to destroy you and turn you into a fucking vapor and burn you to cinders. But it just so happened that these people turned to stone of some sort. You know what I'm saying? They turn into a fucking stone. Since when does a volcano turn you to stone? I thought it destroyed you and burnt you to fucking bits. Darth Vader didn't end up with stone legs after he got his shit burnt off. I know that's a poor example, but I'm just saying. Let's continue.
were said to be the Etruscans, which again were often tied to the origin of mankind itself, and this seems to go hand in hand with the sea peoples and other concepts in
Mm,
other further foreign lands. We're looking at the first men in Tartary, but can we relate this to the bells of the old world?
mm.
By the year 800, the bells of Campania were situated all throughout Europe, and bells were adopted by most places of worship, which leads me very nicely into the Oxford electric bell, an
Mm.
experimental electric bell that has been ringing continuously since being founded in 1840.
Huh.
However, let's focus on the word founded here. The bell's Wikipedia page lacks any information on who created this bell, why, or how it was done. Essentially, two brass bells are positioned underneath two dry piles or batteries, which are connected in a series, giving the bells opposite electric charges. Due to this, the clapper rings the bells alternately due to electrostatic forces. When the clapper touches one bell, it is charged by that
My
pile
clapper.
and then repelled away, as the clapper would then have the same charge. The clapper is then attracted to the opposite pile, where a similar process occurs, so on and so forth, so that the clapper continues to ring the bells, leading to oscillation. We're told the two piles, the batteries, have not been charged since 1840 and most likely will not need charged again for hundreds, if not thousands of years. What's remarkable? The exact makeup of the batteries is not known and
Mm.
will most likely never be known until the device stops working, which is
Hmm.
unlikely to occur in our lifetimes. Many claim the Oxford electric bell is a form of perpetual motion machine, and it is, in fact, one of three long term physics experiments that have been occurring over the last 200 years, also including the Beverly clock and the pitch drop experiments. Due to the Oxford electric bell having been discovered already running in 1840, some have theorized the bell was produced as far back as 1825, meaning come January of 2025.
Exactly, Sean. Exactly, Sean Alki. When they find things, they just come up, they just make stories up. They just make them shits up over there lying. And then they put it in the damn test and then they force you to remember it. And then if you go against that bullshit story, they tell you that you're a fool. Let's continue.
This bell would have been ringing continuously for 200 years. I am going to wrap up the video there. Honestly, before I go, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here. This work, my research, my discoveries would not be possible without each and every one of you who is
And
intrigued by the
Bill.
mysteries of the old world. I see many out there who are diving into these topics headfirst, and
Yeah.
with your experiences and mine, hopefully we will be able to enlighten others and heighten the intrigue into the real history of our world.
Hmm. Yep. Look at that. And look at that. Do you see the tops of these things? Like everywhere you go in the old world, like the buildings have at the top of these things, it's this, it's this thing. And I'm like, man, like everywhere I've been driving, and obviously this video's ended. Okay, so I'm back. Yo, everywhere that I've been going, everywhere that I go, like I will see a building and it's got that little section of the building. It looked like a big ass cavity and ain't nothing in there. Ain't no bells and nothing like that. I expect to see bells sometimes. Usually I don't see bells in there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, God, dog, man. Like, I'm like, golly, what the hell could have been there? When I went to Stanford University for the Urbano Monte map, like that big, huge, fucking long ass building had that at the top. And I'm like, what is that thing? You know what I'm saying? I find that to be fascinating. And people are saying, "Oh, it was for this, it was for that." Don't nobody know what the fuck that was for, unless them motherfuckers were the ones that built it and they used it. They're the ones. Hell, probably some of the people that are involved with things today may know what that thing is, but mainstream don't know what the fuck it is, man. Mainstream's the same ones feeding us that bullshit, family. They're the same ones. Don't take that bullshit from them. Oh, it's just how the building was put together, and the design obviously shows that. I'm like, shut up. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. That's that midnight sun. Yeah, that's that 24-hour sun, right? Arcing away from Australia, arcing away from from what you call it. That's right. Waka waka waka. It is undoctrinated. How did they get those big bells on top of that building? That's a really good question. How'd they get them big bells up there? You know, they didn't have motherfuckers bring that shit up no stairs. Well, nobody like us. Nobody like us bringing them upstairs. How'd they get them up there? That's a really good question. A blimp, maybe? Blimp technology? I sound foolish saying blimp technology, but I couldn't see it any other way. A blimp, perhaps. But family, I know you guys, Jeff Gashead, what's happening, family? It's good to see you. Family, I know this is very short. Edvard Nilsson. Hey, Perre, I think you might be Finnish. But if you're not, then I'm wrong and I sound like an idiot. But family, tonight is going to be an extra short night, and like I got to get up out of here because I got to be up in a couple hours, like, and attend an adiosing of a person, and we're going to wish him farewell, and farewell and following seas. You understand? Farewell and following seas is what we told people uh people that retired in the military, in the Navy specifically. Hey man, we wish you the best. Farewell and following seas. Enjoy your retirement. And we see them off. They get their shadow box. They get off the ship. Peace, motherfucker. Here's your DD 214, DD 314. I forgot what it was. I forgot what it is now. I got them. I got mine, and I forgot. But fare thee well, family. Fare thee well. Fare thee well, little brother. It's good to see you guys though, man. I didn't want to not come out here, man. I got a love affair with my team out here, and it's always amazing getting with you guys. So I didn't want to miss out despite what I had going on. I wanted to enjoy you guys. I hate missing out on Flat Earth Fridays or True Earth Tuesdays or whatever the event is. So any moment I get to spend with you guys, I really cherish them and I really enjoy them. So yeah, there's that for sure. Yeah, that's right, Zach. I remember. I saw them. I didn't open them just yet. Fam, but I am going to check them out and I am going to respond. I am. And I'm learning a lot from the shit that you're showing me, man. That stuff is mad interesting. You guys get with Zach Sullivan, man. He's got quite a bit that he's been showing me, man. And it's really, really interesting as far as how this place is just in total opposition with each other. I mean, everything is opposed, but it works in concert with one another. It's just a law of correspondence and how well it works on this earth. Everything has some form of correspondencing, I guess you could say, to it. And it's just beautiful in how this world works. So when something happens, there should be an equal and opposite to that something. And it is what it is, man. That's a natural way of things, just how it is. But family, I got to roll, man. I got to be in this bed. And damn, I only did 40 minutes, man. 40 minutes, we only get started. But even still, family, it's amazing to be with you guys tonight. And it's just a good time, man. And though I can't be with you guys for a little bit longer, man, I just wanted to come on through and say what's up, show y'all that video, and then maybe we can finish this up tomorrow. But even still, fam, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna call it a night. You guys maybe might call it a night as well, and just get some sleep. I gotta get this sleep, and then I gotta do my thing. But fam, I wish y'all nothing but the best. Wish y'all nothing but the best. Health, wealth, love, joy, prosperity. If anything, I will be back tomorrow and then we could do this right. You understand what I'm saying? I love y'all. I love you guys, family. I love you guys. And wisdom. That's right. And wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. For sure, for sure. And with that, family, I love you. I'm out. Peace. Tomorrow, Domani. Tomorrow.